Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into a really fascinating story, one of hip-hop's most striking transformations. We're talking about Eric Wright, Eazy-E.
That's right.
How does someone go from being a high school dropout in Compton, involved in drug dealing, sources say he possibly made, what, $250,000 from it?
Yeah, allegedly quite a sum.
Right. How does that person become this groundbreaking music mogul? It's quite the journey.
It really is. And what our sources suggest and what makes this deep dive interesting, I think, is how he did it. It wasn't just leaving the past behind. It seems he leveraged all of it, even the really tough parts.
Okay.
So we'll dig into those moments, the turning points that allowed this pretty incredible shift. You'll see the resourcefulness involved.
Let's start at the beginning then. Compton, 1970s, 80s. What was that environment like? We hear about the rise of gangs, the Bloods, the Crips, a lot of street violence associated with the city back then.
Definitely. It was a crucible, as you said. And Eazy himself, he was quite open about it later. He said the stuff in NWA's music, the gang life, the dealing, it wasn't just made up.
It was real for him.
Yeah, partly autobiographical. It came directly from what he saw, what he lived. It wasn't just inspiration. It was, his reality.
So, okay, if that life is so deeply ingrained, what makes someone pivot? What changes?
That's the key question. Sources point to one specific, really critical event, a tragic incident involving his cousin.
Oh.
And that seems to be the catalyst. It apparently hit him hard and prompted this very conscious decision.
Oh.
Okay, I need to find a legitimate path.
So it wasn't just drifting away, it was an active choice.
Exactly. A real turning point, choosing a different future rather than just escaping the present.
All right, so he makes this massive decision. But how do you go from that choice to, founding Ruthless Records? That feels like a huge leap into the LA hip-hop scene.
It does seem like a leap, but maybe less so when you look closer. This is where that resourcefulness we talked about comes in. His past experiences, even the illegal ones, apparently gave him, a certain kind of business sense.
Really? How so?
Well, think about it. Understanding distribution, even if it's underground networks, assessing risk, like, investing in unknown talent, people like Dr. Dre, Ice Cube back then.
Right, they weren't famous yet.
Not at all. And having an eye for what the market wanted, sources say he took that alleged $250,000 and just poured it straight into Ruthless Records.
No, like startup capital.
Pretty much. Treating it like a legitimate business venture from day one. So that entrepreneurial drive was there, he just rechanneled it.
So he wasn't just signing artists, he was building a business.
A serious business. Applying street smarts, you could say, to the music industry. And it didn't just build a label. Ruthless became dominant. It changed the game for independent hip-hop.
Yeah, that's quite something. It's more than just a music story then. It really shows you, it's quite inspiring actually, that someone can move from that kind of street life to building something positive, something huge.
Absolutely. A profound transformation.
So wrapping this up, what's the core takeaway here? For me, Eazy-E's story is this powerful example. It shows how raw experience, that entrepreneurial spark, if you redirect it, it can lead to massive success. It can reshape a whole industry. It kind of challenges that idea that your past has to define your future.
Definitely. And it leaves us, and you listening, with a pretty provocative thought, I think. When you look at Eazy-E's journey from Compton streets to music executive, what does that tell you about the potential for change? About maybe using all parts of your past, even the messy, difficult bits, to actually build the future you want? Something to think about.